How's everybody doing today? First of all, I want to say thank you for everybody. Making sure we're okay. You just about got 50% contained now, so everybody's like out of the woodworks pretty much. They were able to keep it in the ravine that it started in, which was a good thing. Those couple of days was kind of sketchy though. After 7 years ago. Ooh, nasty. But anyways, enough of that. Today's video is about kiriha. What is kiriha? Kiriha is this. Not the knife. This 45-degree angle. That's a kiriha. That's what they call it. How kiriha derived was from when Japan started making swords. They were straight, and they had the kiriha Zakuri style, which is basically a V shape. It has no ridge line to it whatsoever. So they put the kiriha on it. Well, when the Henya period, Henya, I think is how it's pronounced, came about, you had the Huns coming and everything else. They weren't efficient, especially having a kiriha Zakuri geometry. They wouldn't stand up against the Mongols' swords at all. So that's when they started playing around making, before that, for the invasion, swords with a ridge line. The shinogi Zakuri was derived. And basically shinogi means ridge line. So America, or Western worlds, really liked this right here and decided to adopt it and call this a tanto. Okay. Now, a tanto can look like that, but presumably looks like this. It's got a radius on that. There are some historical tantos with a kiriha, and what they found out was the sword broke. So it was either turned into a wakizashi. If it was broke farther down, they would have it turn into a tanto, and it was cheaper for them to have the kiriha angle put on there instead of them having to do the kasaki and everything. Unlike the shobo does not have a kasaki at all. So a lot of times though, when they moved away from the straight sword, historically you will not find a lot of katanas that are Harari Zakuri geometries. And the reason being is when they found out when they tempered the blade with that curvature to it, they would break. That's why you don't find a lot historically, unless it's a straight blade. Then you'll find it a lot. There's no structure strength-wise to the Harari, whereas this does. This has more strength because it has a shinogi, as a ridgeline, so it adds more strength to it. Less prone to bending. So that's why you don't find very many of those. Nowadays people want them because they're really good cutters. They are very good cutters. But in a battle wise with one of those, wouldn't withstand a sword with a ridgeline and more meat to it. Just the way it is, unfortunately. But in our part of the world, people really they thought that was kind of neat, the little 45-degree angle, when really they didn't know what it was meant for. The kiriha, basically all you can really do with this, even on a sword, the tip of the sword, is stab. That's it. That's why like ninja swords had this, because mainly they were straight, and ninjato, because they just mainly stabbed with them. That was it. Because their goal wasn't to get into conflict, but to get information. Well, if you're getting in conflict, you could wind up dying. Hence, you can't get the information back to the Lord that sent you out to spy on somebody. So, hence, they didn't get into many fights. So, some look good. Some knives, I will say, look good with this on there. And I've seen some that just don't look good at all. This is just a cheap knife for me to just beat the hell out of. Throw it, just cut stuff with it, outside, whatever. So, but it's held up, which is amazing. But yeah, that's what this is called, kiriha. A lot of people didn't know it had a name to it, but it actually does. You can get katanas made with a kiriha. Not very many people do, because like I said, the only thing you can really do with it is stab with it, not slice. It does have some advantages. It is a very strong tip. You can even use it as a wedge tool because of the strength of the tip. But the downfall to it is a lot of times Tontos don't have a belly. Well, let's say American Tontos. They don't have a belly, kind of like this has a belly right here. So if you wanted to use it for like food, whatever, it's gonna be really hard to rock it. Skinning wise, it's gonna be really hard because it doesn't have the belly. So it has its pros, it has its cons. It's whatever you like. Me particularly, I like these. This I would call a Tonto. Because basically what Tonto means is little sword. That's basically what it means. Little sword. That's it. Nothing fancy. It doesn't refer to that tip at all. Not at all. Because it in Japanese has several meanings. One of them being blade. So, because they have some words that are universal depending how you use it in a sentence. Which, unlike us, we have multiple words. So, but yeah, that's what a kiriha is. Actually, is the tip of a American Tonto. That's all it is. So, hope you guys found this interesting. Still haven't edited. We have to still upload the video on the Murasame sword. Maybe tomorrow we'll get that edited, finish editing it, and uploaded. Not very happy. Let me just put it that way. Not very happy at all. So, I will talk to you guys later. Take it easy.